everybody, I hope you can hear me. I'm using the built-in mic and webcam on my laptop, which is old and crappy, so I'm sure it's going to sound terrible, look terrible, but I'm just doing a quick update video. I know I haven't been uploading as frequently, and I maybe haven't been playing as frequently either. The truth of it is I've been just more busy with work and other stuff in real life and video games just haven't been a big part of my day-to-day for really months now. If I do play video games, I still have a desire to play Realm of the Mad God, but I'm not playing that many video games anyway, so I'm just not playing that much Realm because I'm not playing that many video games. Anyways, part of this update video, I guess, will be an update on what's been consuming more of my free time. I mean, I still work, 8 to 5 or whatever, and then obviously there's doing stuff around the house, yard work, and hanging out with McFarvo and friends and family, volunteering, other stuff. But my main hobby now is actually something a bit different from video games. Something that I was introduced to in middle school and did a little bit in high school was shooting skeet. So that's a shotgun sport. It involves, clays representing birds flying out of a couple different houses of different heights, and then you stay in different positions around this hemisphere or hemicircle so that you can see the same flight path but from different angles, and so it's different shots and different leads you do and that sort of thing. And that's something I did, but then obviously in undergrad and graduate school on campus I couldn't have a firearm at all or anything like that, and I was never living going to school close to home, so it's not like I could just keep it there and go home and do it on weekends or something like that either. So I kind of didn't touch the sport for a long time, but just last year I got back into, I had the free time, and I'm out of school, and we have a house and everything, so I have a place to store guns and other stuff that I want to sort of use in the sport of shooting, and the hobby really more for me at the moment is just a hobby. Target shooting, bench rest shooting, skeet, trap, and eventually hopefully action pistol, action rifle, action shotgun, and 3-gun competitions. And I guess as part of this video, I'll just show you a couple of things that I put some money into instead of video games. And in case any of you are like me who are interested in shooting, maybe you did a little bit of it before, or you want to just get into it as a new shooter, I guess I'll just do quick rundown on what I have and what I've purchased in the last couple of years, and just a couple tips on if you're a new person to guns and firearms, maybe what to think about when you're purchasing. So I guess it's probably bad that I'm wearing like a dark navy blue shirt, because it probably looks black on for you guys, and the guns I have, most of them are black, just kind of how it is. A lot of standard models are in black. Anyways, so the first thing I got was a carry gun, because guns are 99.99% for me just a sport and a hobby, and hopefully my whole life all I'll ever do is shoot at targets, paper targets, clay targets, just fun stuff. But the other thing that firearms are is just it's the ability to better defend yourself and your home and other people So the first thing I invested in after I got out of graduate school was something that I could carry concealed. I got my license, my permit, I got trained. You can take courses and go to a class that just spends the whole day and you get it, or you go to a couple classes in the course or whatever it is. But what I got was a 9mm, just a little used slim Taurus 9mm, and I've been carrying it ever since. It's been about a year or so now, and yeah, it's the reason I got it was 9mm is a caliber that's not too big, not too small, so it works well for self-defense, and also it's easier to fit into a small gun that you're going to be using for concealed carry. A lot of people say that 45 or something like that, or 357 Magnum or something like that is better for them. So it's up to you what caliber you choose, and whether it's a revolver or a hammer or striker fired pistol, semi-automatic pistol. And that's up to you. Just look into all those options. But I ended up going with 9mm striker fired semi-auto. Mostly polymer. Really, the only steel on this and metal on this is the slide, the barrel, anything to do with handling the rounds, and then anything my hands interacting with is going to be polymer. So that's just right here. I don't know if you can. It's a little pistol. The barrel's only 3.25 inches, and it's not very heavy. It's slim, and the reason I got it also is that it has a ton of safety features. It has a loaded chamber indicator. I don't know if you can see that. And it has obviously a safety, and it has a two-stage, inner and outer trigger. So you have to get your whole finger on there and pull back. And it has like a 10-pound trigger. It's a ridiculously heavy trigger. So you have to really be intentional with shooting it. So it's just a gun that's designed so it only shoot when it is in condition 0 and you have it completely ready to shoot and you want to shoot it. So it's a safe thing to have. It even has a built-in, probably can't really see it, but has a built-in little port here that you just twist with a special key, and it'll deactivate the whole gun so it can't fire. So it has a built-in gun lock, essentially. I like it for those features. As far as shooting it goes, I've only shot it to become proficient with it. I don't shoot it for fun. So it's not something I just have a blast going down to the range and putting 100 rounds through it. It's more something that I just carry with me, and it's my day-to-day thing. And this Taurus Slim T790 or 709, I think, something like that. Anyways, so after I got that, I said, okay, my basic is covered. That's concealed carry. It's I could shoot it if I want. I did some indoor range shooting with it. It was fun, but what I really wanted to get into was starting to prepare for eventually doing 3-gun, and 3-gun or multi-gun competitions are typically pistol, rifle, and shotgun. So I had a pistol, even though it's not a good one. It's not something I would compete with, but it just started getting me into the pistol world. But then I had to get a rifle and a shotgun. So the next thing I picked up, and I thought it's something that it's going to be practical and a good buy and all that sort of stuff. I was looking at the AR-15 platform, which is a semi-automatic civilian version of what you'd see with the American military, like an M4 or something like that. It's based off of parts of the M4 and M16 but obviously it's very different from those because it's just semi-automatic, like a lot of hunting rifles are just semi-automatic. So it's nothing special. It fires 5.56 millimeter NATO or .223 Remington rounds. So the calibers, you know, a typical, you know, small arms caliber, good, a good, you know, medium between the 7.62 and something smaller. It's been used as a hunting cartridge, but there are other hunting, you know, 3003 and 3006 and 308 aka 7.62 and 247, a bunch of hunting cartridges. So it's not a strictly hunting rifle. It's a rifle that I can use for bench rest shooting out to, you know, 200, 400, 600 yards, whatever it is. It's something I can use for close range, you know, fast target acquisition, action shooting. And I wanted to buy something that would be not, you know, the cheapest thing I could get, but not the most expensive rig I could get either. So I ended up looking at a couple things, and one that jumped out at me that I had good experiences with Sig Sauer before when I was renting pistols, so I knew they made good quality products. And then the guy, the store I went to had this SIGM400, which is just is one of their, you know, AR-15 platforms, and it looks good. The price is reasonable. It's like, you know, about $1,200 bucks, and out of the box, you know, it's mil spec and it's stock. It's still a good gun. You don't have to alter the trigger or the barrel or anything like that for it to perform pretty well. I think the tolerances on it are really, you know, strict because it's you know, it's well made. Leave that sling there. So probably again you can't really see it, but it's just, you know, 16-inch barrel. The twist is insanely high. I think it's 1 to 7 or something. You know, the one thing about it that makes it a little slightly different than some other, you know, lower end, not lower end, but mid-range AR-15s right on mine is that it has some magpole furniture. The fore end is magpole, the grip is magpole, the adjustable butt is magpole too. So it's got some furniture on it that's, you know, not something you expect to find on everything, that makes it, you know, a little bit lightweight, functional, you know, works well. I like how it shoots, so that's important. At the range, I zeroed it at 25 yards. It's like that's pretty standard technique for zeroing at 25 yards after 100 yards, zero, and it's shooting very reliably and hitting the target well. You know, whether it's 25 yards, 50 yards, 100 yards. So it performed well. I'm really, the next big purchase for this will be probably optics. Just so far all I'm using are the iron sights, and those metallic sights are good and everything, but I think optics are the next step. Once you've got, you know, sight picture down, all the fundamental sight picture, grip, stance, good trigger control, the next thing that'll help you is just being able to see the target well, and that's where optics, you know, scopes and holographic sights, reflex sights, red dot sights come in handy. So I think the next step for this will be getting it into maybe a 4x or 6x or variable 1 to 6x or something like that scope, and maybe a side, you know, mounted or backup alternative holographic or red dot sight that I could just, you know, sort of roll 45 degrees and then look down that. But anyways, yeah, so this is the AR-15 that I have, and it's really functioning well. I like it a lot. It's probably my favorite to shoot. What else? So then after getting that rifle, I think the next step I did was, I love shotgun, and it's my shooting history started with shotgun, so I wanted to get back to that. I didn't want to buy, like a $2,000 over-under for that, what I would only use for trap and skeet pretty much. So I thought, I'll get back into it. I'll just get a used, solid pump action shotgun that I could use for hunting, skeet, trap, sporting clays, even, action shooting, although, a standard shotgun's not going to have the capacity in the 2 magazines really for that sort of thing, but it's something it would be possible to do. So what I did was I just went out and got a used Remington 870. My choice for like a very affordable but extremely solid, rugged shotgun was pretty much came down to Mossberg, something in the 500s versus a Remington 870, and so I ended up with a Remington Express Magnum 12 gauge, and 12 gauge obviously I was going to go 12 gauge. If I was maybe younger, smaller, or really light or something like that, I would go with maybe a 20 gauge or whatever, because those can be used to great effect too. But if I can handle a 12 gauge no problem, then why not get it? And I went Magnum just in case I wanted to shoot something that would be a little, like a 3-inch cartridge that has a slug in it or something like that. Anyways, so I got that. By the way, all these guns I've been showing you are clear. I checked them before the video, double check, always obey the rules of firearms. That's, treat them like they're loaded, even if, don't be pointing at someone and pulling the trigger, even if you think it's unloaded. Always know where your barrel's pointing, don't cover anything with your muzzle if you're not prepared to, harm or destroy. Trigger, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot, so don't be messing with the trigger unless you want to pull it and shoot something. And just be aware of the last one. Just be aware of what you're shooting at, what's behind it. If you have, make sure you have a backstop, because bullets can go very far beyond where you're shooting. So Remington 870 is extremely solid shotgun. Police and military have been using this model that hasn't changed too much for decades, and this one actually that I bought for just about $350 is a Remington 870. I checked the serial number on the receiver and the barrel. It dates back to 1994, and it's still in perfect working order, and it has the original barrel and receiver and everything like that. So I'm sure this thing will last a lifetime, and it was a good purchase. And whenever I want to upgrade to something like maybe like a Mossberg Pro Series, 900 something, something semi-auto with a really long extended tube magazine or something like that, then I'll invest the money. But at this point in time, I've gone skeet shooting with this. I've gone just shooting water plastic bottles that I've used, and then I refill it with water and just set them out. Go out into some a range that allows it, and just set them up and just blast some it's essentially plinking, but with a shotgun. It's a little different, but had fun with it. It's been great and reliable, and I'm very happy about this purchase, and I'm sure I'll have it the rest of my life. So that's that. And the most recent purchase for me was something that I that I think is a typical first buy for a lot of first-time shooters. It's a small, very small caliber, and typically the way it's loaded, it's not that high pressure. The velocity on this caliber is oftentimes even subsonic, so it's less than 11,000 or 1,100 feet per second. So, and that's the 22. It's a 22. This one takes 22 LR, but probably could shoot short or long, but you know, the designated LR long rifle is what it shoots. It's just a basic Marlin. Their new, pretty much their new 22 line is the XT-22, whatever it is. This one's got a detached, you know, box magazine that I don't have in right now, and it's just basic polymer stock, you know, bolt action 22 rifle. It's light, you know, there's almost no recoil. It's the ammo, you know, the ammo's cheaper. They say it's more expensive now than it was even just 5 years ago, but I can still find ammo for this that's only 10 cents a round versus for my, you know, pistol I'm shooting about 30-40 cents a round. My 5.56 NATO rounds are about 50 cents a round, and the shotgun's about 30 cents a round. So it's just a lot cheaper to shoot. It's fun to shoot because it's so easy on you. I wear ear protection, but you really don't even have to wear ear protection. Don't not wear it because I said you should, but I could not wear it and probably be fine. I mean, there's no reason to stress my ears and potentially damage my ears needlessly, but it's so quiet and light. So it's a breeze to shoot. My wife and I just went out this morning. I typically shoot every Saturday or every other Saturday, and she just came out this morning, and she had a good time. She was hitting the target at 50 yards, no problem, and even someone like her who's just has a small frame, she's very light, she can handle it no problem. Whereas with the shotgun, I showed her to operate and use the shotgun just so she has, she has to have at least the basic knowledge of all the guns we own. But the 22 is what I think she had the most fun shooting, and she'll probably shoot more in the future because it's so easy to handle and easy to use. So, yeah, that's the stuff we've got. And one other thing I'll say, anyone looking to get into shooting, is the guns you get, just buy something that's good quality and will last a long time and will work well. And it's not gonna. It's honestly, you can find that in a $400, $500, $600 range, whether it's pistol or shotgun or some rifles, and you know, some other types of rifles you might be looking at more in the $800, $900, $1,000 range. But those things will still could be, you know, good quality, last a long time. When it comes to match grade competition quality guns, you're going to be talking about pistols that are, you know, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, rifles that are $4,000, $5,000, and the more expensive things than the guns themselves are good, you know, scopes and optics, and all the ammo you're going to use. All the ammo, you know, over the lifetime of that gun is going to cost way more than the gun itself. So it's an investment, but it's a lot of fun. It's a good sport. It's a lifelong sport. There's competitions all over the U.S. That I could even now I could just enter and go to because they're very open to new participants. And whenever I get really good with those three basic, you know, platforms, the handgun, the rifle, and the shotgun, I'll probably enter regional, you know, competitions where there could be professional shooters there that, you know, make money and are sponsored and do this. And that's how accessible it is, because the shooting sports are very open to new people, and you know, it's the primary sports, team sports, especially in the U.S., are the ones that get most participants. So there's so much competition for participation that you can't go out and just say, oh, I want to play a round of golf with Tiger Woods, or I want to go play a basketball game with in the NBA. But in shooting, you have the opportunity that if you want to, you can just go out to any regional. It does, you know, it's not going to be a national or international championship where you have to probably qualify for it. But if you want to go to some regional, you know, amateur or whatever competition, you could participate and run the same exact stages and courses of fire that the pros do, and learn a lot and have a lot of fun doing that. So just I see shooting as almost like a not a poor man's, but a cheaper, really more fun golf like activity. It's something you can do by yourself or in groups with friends. It's something you can do as a hobby, or something you can do competitively. And it does have an initial investment involved, but if you're looking at a set of really good clubs and all the golf balls to be using, compared to a set of some good guns and all the rounds to be putting through them, and all the, you know, accessories and whatever that you keep with it, you know, I see the shooting sport is more appealing to me than golf or something like that. And even though both of those, shooting or golf, you can do your whole life long, I just feel like shooting something I've seen guys do in wheelchairs. I've seen people in wheelchairs do it, and so it's maybe even more accessible than for someone who's up there in age, or someone who has some some issues with their legs or whatever it is. It's even better than golf in that respect. So I don't know, whatever. The point of all this is just that I've been playing video games less. I've been playing Realm less than usual. And it's not because I dislike the game or the people that play it or anything like that. It's just I've been busy with work and real life, and having fun doing this hobby that I kind of rekindled last year, and have just been going deeper and deeper into over the last year, and I plan on continuing to be involved in it. And it could just be a hobby for me the whole time. I could eventually become competitive, even if it's just on an amateur level. But yeah, it's just something I'm doing. So I hope all of you are having a good time playing Realm, playing whatever you're doing, school, you know, relationships, you know, education, all that stuff. Whether it's in school, education in school, or just education you're doing for yourself, traveling and reading and all that stuff, all of that good stuff. I hope you're having a good time with it. And if I see you on the forum, which I still check pretty much, you know, Monday through Friday, daily, you know, feel free to say hi or whatever. I'm really happy to chat with people, but just don't expect to see me playing daily. It's just something that's not in the cards for me right now, but who knows? Anything could happen. But I'll try to upload some more videos, and particularly Realm videos, because I still have footage of me playing the game, and some there's still plenty of the Bornox stuff, which is ridiculous and silly, but there's stuff I can upload, so I should get back to doing that hopefully regularly here. So hope to upload soon and with some more Realm stuff, and hope you guys have fun watching it and just enjoying the community that is the Realm of the Mad God. So have a good time, and I'll hopefully see you guys around.